Hey guys, I've got a back attack workout for you today. Uh, 5 exercises and all for back. I didn't do biceps with this workout. I hit enough biceps in the workout, and I don't work biceps every back workout. Sometimes I mix things up. I'll do back and chest, or back and triceps, or just straight back. And today was just a back day, so you're going to get a very thorough back workout here today. One thing I wasn't able to demonstrate in the video as you watch it is what I'm talking about in terms of your shoulders moving too much. So when you are reaching for a cable row, try not to let your arms shrug up towards your ears before you pull. So keep your shoulders locked and down, reach up and then pull down instead of reaching up, letting your shoulders come up and come down. So too much movement there, you lose the engagement in your lats and your back muscles. So keep that in mind when you hear me talk about your shoulders coming up towards your ears. So that would be my only tip. About 5.5 weeks out from my figure show. Super excited about that. Just grinding, eating, cardioing, and taking lots of naps. So stay tuned. I will have a leg workout for you guys next week. So that was from last week's leg workout. Super intense, but really good. I think you'll like it. So stay tuned and let me know what you think. Okay, you guys, here we have the first of my warm-up sets, just the bar. Notice I just get my body real rigid in place, shoot my hips back, not quite parallel to the ground, and then I'm going to let that bar come down, all the way down, straight arms, and then pull my elbows back. There's also a little bit of a pause at the top, just to engage and retract my shoulder blades back. And then keeping core tight the whole time, super important to stabilize everything before you go into a bent over row. This is my second warm-up set, just lightly getting ready for the real working set. You notice I kind of take a minute to adjust and make sure everything's good, my feet are good. And I'm looking down towards the ground. I'm not looking up, not looking around, just keeping a nice neutral spine, keeping everything locked and loaded. And that is warm-up 2. Now, this is my first working set. Again, getting my mind right around it, wrapping my hands around, pulling up off the bar, walking out of the rack. Get my feet set, that starts first. Shoot my hips back, get my hips hinged, core tight, pull. And I could stand to do a little more of a pause, which is what you can see I start doing there now once I get my mind in the game. And hold and squeeze at the top, pinching right between the shoulder blades. Elbows super close to your body. So that is barbell bent over rows. Next, we're going to move into narrow grip pull downs. You'll see here I take a second to get locked into place. Notice my shoulder blades are going to retract here before I start pulling down. You want to think elbows to the ground and take the mind to muscle connection out of your biceps. So what tends to happen here with clients and with myself obviously early on is you think all biceps and you pull, you notice your forearms start to get tired, your grip starts to go. So really think elbows down and shoulder blades stay pretty locked and loaded. Notice my shoulders, my upper back and shoulders aren't retracting up towards my ears when the weight comes up. So you see a little bit of trap engagement here too, but all in all, just elbows pulling down, not out and wide, squeezing and retracting as I come back and down, trying to get a little bit of a pause at the bottom there at that fully shortened position. And that is your narrow grip pull downs. Here we have seated wide grip rows. So this is my super technical setup here at home. I don't have a seat, so wide handle here and pulling from the bottom on a cable pulley machine. So make sure your elbows are wide and that your elbows are in line with your shoulder joints. I see this done wrong a lot as well too. Not necessarily terrible, but you do want to make sure for hitting upper back that your elbows are on the same plane as your shoulders. So you'll notice here I'm pulling and squeezing hard at the top of the motion and then lengthening. When I lengthen, I'm not protracting my shoulder blades forward either. I'm keeping everything solid and straight, super short movement, but highly effective. All right, next up we have cable lat pullovers with a rope. And you're going to take I take a rope because my shoulders are wide, so anything closer together is uncomfortable for my shoulders. You could do this with a narrow grip handle as well, but again, trying not to let those shoulders retract up towards the ears. You'll notice on a couple earlier reps that did happen, so I'm trying to correct that. This one I struggle with. It's a little bit of a challenge. The angle is interesting, but shoot your hips back, pull through, and you want to try to imagine you're pulling those handles down towards your pockets. So pull back and down, again, retracting shoulder blades and squeezing, engaging through the lats. And then lastly, we have a bent over single arm dumbbell row. And for these, you'll notice I do some bobble feet, happy hoppy feet around because I can't keep still, but flat back, relatively flat, stabilize with your other hand, and then just pull that elbow past your rib cage, squeeze and engage as you pull back. Really aiming for the low hip and not so much the chest on those. And then I did the other side, obviously, but you guys get the idea for those single arm dumbbell rows. So this was a really good workout, guys. Not very many exercises. So you've got 5 exercises here. You'll want to do the barbell bent over row as a solo set. So do all your sets of barbell bent over row so you can stay strong for that. Straight sets there, and then superset the narrow grip pull downs, seated wide grip row, and then also superset the cable lat pullover and the single arm dumbbell row. Hopefully that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.